It's about to come off. Where's the two-step?
Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Jason with Wolf Overland, and we are going back to Colorado and Moab this year in a couple weeks. So the next couple of videos I have is going to be me getting the Jeep ready and getting the food prep ready and getting the supplies ready for 2 weeks. 2 weeks driving out from South Carolina to Moab, back to Colorado, and it's just gonna be me and my son again. A lot to prepare. All right, so we're at 30,000 miles on the EcoDiesel, and we got the Colorado trip coming up in a week and a half. So we're gonna change the oil filter, air filter, fuel filter, rear diff fluid, and coolant. Also got top off the DEF fluid, and like with every other maintenance thing, you should always get your car serviced or looked at about 2 weeks before you go on a major trip like this. Because if they do find something, because I'm doing a very thorough inspection, like if I do find something like it needs brakes or I got a tie rod loose or something, you want to have ample time to get it done and test driven and, you know, get a week of abuse on it before you do a huge trip like that. So rule of thumb, bring your car in for service 2 weeks before you go on your trip. Let's get going. All right, we got the oil draining out. We took a sample. We went over and checked all the suspension, skid plates, ball joints, steering. We're not gonna rotate the tires because we just did rotate the tires and they still need to wear in this direction for another 6,000 miles. We inspected each tire for damage. We inspected the brakes. So at 28,000 miles currently, the front brakes are at 8 millimeters. The rear brakes are at 7 millimeters. Tires are still brand new, which I replaced, you know, to the 37s. We checked the torque on all the wheels just for peace of mind. We still gotta do the fuel filter, the rear diff service, and coolant. Other than that, everything checks out. You know, just put your hands on everything. Check your paint marks, wiggle things around, check your upper and lower ball joint play by just putting a pry bar and just kind of seeing if you have any up and down play on the ball joints. Those are a common failure, but we do have the diesels get the cast iron knuckles, whereas in the non-diesels get the aluminum, except for the Mojave. The Mojave gets the reinforced knuckles and frame just like the diesels do. Oil is done draining, and let's get the coolant going. All right, we had to remove the front skid plate, the bash plate, the metal one. There's your drain for your coolant, your petcock. You're gonna turn this knob counterclockwise, and the coolant will start coming out. Take off the radiator cap first. A tool that we made a long time ago for tensioners is a 15 millimeter socket that you cut a slot in. And if you time it right, you can get it right in, you can get it right on there and back it out. And we'll try that. I was going out with it, it started to get hard to turn. So I blew it out with air, and then I put some PB Blast in there, blew out all the crud, and then ran it back in, and then I ran it back out, and it came out, and the coolant started draining. So on these, the way you service these is you only do the bottom of the radiator. That is the lowest point on this car. There's no, you know, like the older Hondas, there used to be coolant plugs in the back of the block that you would undo, like service ports, and none of the manuals have it for the EcoDiesel. So engine coolant draining. Do not remove or loosen the coolant pressure cap, cylinder block drains, or the drain cock while it's under pressure. Remove the front air dam. Open the petcock. If equipped and necessary, remove the cylinder block drain plugs. If equipped. So obviously, here's the petcock, the coolant drain. And then on the side of the block, on the passenger side, you have that. All right, fuel filter. We undid the three 10mm bolts that hold the cover on. So there's three 10mm nuts that hold the skid plate on. And then there's a little valve right here, and you're gonna unscrew that, and it'll drain all the diesel fuel out of the housing assembly. And then I have plenty of videos on this stuff, but you'll take a 29mm and loosen up the filter housing. Every time I've changed the fuel filter, we're at 30,000 miles, and since every 6,000 miles I've changed the filter, and everyone has had this exact amount of it's like debris. This is approximately 15,000 miles. I do have Amsoil oil, gear oil in here already, and 15,000 miles. I mean, she's clean. Nothing major on there, no chunks. All right, we got her running. Some nice brand new pink fluid. And the Mopar coolant, concentrate. You have to mix it. I do 50-50. You know, like Honda coolant, right? The stuff I normally use. It's already 50-50. Already pre-diluted, antifreeze, don't add any water. Mopar, you have to mix it. Alright guys, really quick, you can buy the pre-mixed 50-50 coolant. For whatever reason, I bought the concentrate. We did 50-50 with distilled water. You can go to any grocery store and get distilled water. That's what you want. You don't want the minerals that are in it. That's what we did. I mixed it, so 1 gallon is more than enough if you're doing just the radiator side. So we did that. We changed the oil, fuel filter, rear diff. Ready for Moab. Mechanically, at least. Oh, we also did the air filter. But that puts us in a good place for Moab. I'm almost ready to dump that whole thing in there. I got to burn a little bit more DEF fluid before then. I might just bring this, and then on the way there, I like to do it when it gets halfway, because I know at the halfway mark on the gauge, this thing will fill it up completely without spilling over. I hate spilling that crap over, you know what I mean? So we're gonna wait for the coolant temperature to warm up. Alright guys, with the EcoDiesel motor, you have to use the Mopar OOAT fluid, the actual Mopar coolant for this motor. Your coolant looks orange when you look at it, but the stuff that you will buy is actually purple, and it kind of turns orange. I don't know, it's weird the way the color hits it, or light hits it. But let the car run for a good 20 minutes till the fans turn on the radiator, you know, with the AC off. You're gonna turn the heat full hot, and then back to cold, and then shut the car off. And then in the morning, like after the car is totally cooled down in the morning, check your level again and just make sure it's correct. But you do that and you won't have any air pockets, and you'll have the proper coolant amount. It's 150 pounds. The more you know. See that? House battery's at 97%, and we're charging, so in 1 hour we'll be at 100%. That's with the fridge running, obviously. We got our sponge holder right here. We got trash bags came in. So we're almost done bleeding the coolant. I have the coolant level up to the top of this thing, and it's all the way down to the maximum line. We're gonna fill it back up tomorrow morning once it cools off. We're just gonna wait for the fan to cycle so we know that the thermostat's open and the system is operating properly. I believe the fans turn on these at 225. So we're about there. We're at 212. I believe 220 or 225 is the fan switch on these. All right. We got full water 150 pounds full of water and loaded up for camping, full tank of gas. Well guys, how much did you think? Fully loaded out for camping. Got 150 pounds of water. Got all my camping gear, propane tank, quote, like everything. Well, the scales, 7,760 pounds is my max limit. The truck actually rides a lot better with the weight, surprisingly. Triple coil springs or triple layered springs from AEV, the HT springs. It was extremely firm without all that weight. I'm gonna add it to my sticker up here, my max weight that I have when I'm fully kitted out. All right, let's see how bad the traffic is going home. Well, we will see you on the next one, probably when we're leaving for Moab. So if you want to continue the journey with us, like and subscribe. Check out the Patreon. And we will see you on the day of the Moab, Colorado trip 2.0. Bye.
That should be obvious. Ow! What is it still attached to?
I think if you push it, it's just gonna fall. Timber! It ain't mine.
Where'd you get that Jeep strap from? Cherokee?
You want it 4 low or what? You don't have to. It's going.
Oh, it's rocking.
What's that noise?
Start brake boosting. Start brake boosting.
It's about to come off.
Where's the two-step? Whoa!
Good thing there wasn't anything metal on the back of that. This has danger written all over it. So we're through that loop right there. Oh, got it. Say.
He's fighting right now.